Hello, welcome to the Great Outdoors. Today it is my pleasure to be able to take you to the Opp Rattlesnake Rodeo. This event started 53 years ago when J.P. Jones decided that, hey, you know, he'd been catching these snakes and he had a little store or whatever, so he made a weekend family entertainment center out of it. With the help of the JCs, they started having food and all kinds of things. Now, after 53 years, they've got live country top-notch bands and pole climbs, greasy pole climbs, and dancing and karaoke and snake races and all kinds of things for families to enjoy. If this is your first trip to a rattlesnake rodeo, you'll enjoy it. I know I did. And I plan on going back each year. So sit back, relax, and join us as we take you to the 53rd Annual Opp Rattlesnake Rodeo in Opp, Alabama.
Well, as soon as I came in the door, all I could think about was getting down to the snakes. I've been around a lot of rattlesnakes and seen them in the wild, but never as up close and personal as we were about to encounter. That's definitely. I met up with the snake handlers. What a great bunch of great guys. Very knowledgeable about eastern diamondbacks. Very professional in the way they handle the snakes. They're always cautious in making sure that there's no one that can be in the way for an accidental strike or any of them getting struck. And I had to look for Don Childers and some of the other guys that I'd been looking for. So I figured they'd wander on down to the snake pit. So that's where I was going to hang out and see some of these beauties. And when I spoke to some of these guys, they opened up the cage. They're always locked, especially when there's no one around. And they opened up these cages and woke up the snakes that were kind of hibernating, and there were some in there that were just upset. Some of them were so upset that they were kind of put into a cage and were left alone because they just were going to be hard to handle. So they ended up, you can see the guys there, they're down at the end, and that's going to be the hard to handle cage. And there was a female in there that just didn't, there was no way that she wanted to get up, and she was going to be left alone, and that's all it was. But these are four of the handlers, and you can see them all get back when they bring her out, and they figured that maybe if she got out and got some fresh air that she may calm down a little bit. So she went into the observation cage, and there was a number of snakes that they put out into the observation cage where people could actually see them up close and personal. Well, not really that up close. But these guys would get them out and get them where they could see them up close and personal. See, there every once in a while the snake will try to get off the hook. That's how they handle these snakes. Probably 90% of the time, the snakes are handled with the hook. The only time that they get up personal with them is when they're going to show them off, and that way they have to show they get a special way to hold the head where they can't bite. And yeah, that's me trying to put a camera down there to get up close and personal. And it's who we're here to see, and they're the stars of the show, and that's what we were going to be there for.
Hello, welcome to the Great Outdoors. We're here today in Opp for the 53rd annual Rattlesnake Rodeo. And for you Southerners from Florida and from out of the country who have never been to a rattlesnake rodeo, let me introduce, this is Charles Willis, and he's the setup coordinator here in Opp. How many years have you been doing this, Charles?
Well, this is my 9th year that I've been in charge of setup, and I've been to the rodeo a few times before that, but it's been going on for 53 years. 53
years. That's a lot. That's not as old as I am, but okay.
Well, me either.
Anyway, so tell me some of the things that that happen here during the rodeo.
Right. We have it's kind of a family outing, and it's geared for the children. A lot of the rides and so on that's set up back behind the stage, and they have a big time with that. Then we have over 100 vendors with food and crafts of all kinds. Mm-hmm. And in addition to that, there's music going on practically all day, and our headliners come on about 8 o'clock at night, but we have entertainment for the full day. And in between that entertainment, we have snake shows. We have snake races out in the...
snake races?
Yes.
How do you do a snake race?
Well,
how do you get somebody to ride them?
Well, we have a hard time getting them to ride them, so we just tape their name on there.
Oh, okay.
And then we put them in the circle out there, in that center circle, and which one crawls to the white line in the larger circle is the winner.
Okay, and there's somebody there to pick them up, though, right?
we have professionals to handle them. We have, in addition to that, we do educational programs about rattlesnakes, and we'll milk a rattlesnake or two and show them how to do it, talk about the venom.
How many people out there would be interested in milking a rattlesnake?
Well,
I love rattlesnakes, but from a the you know.
We only let one person milk them, but
oh, okay.
But we do that and show the people, and then they will explain to the people that are here the importance of rattlesnakes, what they mean to the ecology, right, what their habitat is, and respect for them, but also an appreciation.
All right, well, let's get back to the milking for a minute. It's not like milking a cow. You're not getting milk. What are you actually getting when you milk a rattlesnake?
The venom.
Venom, okay.
And just the way they would do it when they're extracting venom that they use in hospitals.
Okay. Do you guys... The venom that's extracted, is it sent somewhere?
No, we don't have the ability, to preserve it. That has to be in a controlled environment to do that. Right. But we just dispose of that and make sure they wash their hands before they go back to work.
Yeah, just put it on a hamburger. Okay. So today is the second day. How many people do you think were here yesterday?
I have no idea. The crowd was down some because the weather was bad. Yeah. But we had a good crowd.
I remember, I think the first time that I've ever been here was you had Blake Sheldon here and somebody else. And
that was 9 years ago.
9 years, wow, there we go. But it was definitely a lot different. I mean, it's set up so much nicer. I mean, we were crowded in, pushing up against the stage, and it was just tough. But I see you guys have really worked hard to make this. Yeah,
it's we bring in well, he calls himself Mr. Stage, but all of that stage is one piece.
Oh, really?
We take that down, and it looks just like a tractor trailer when it leaves. All of that, except for the lighting and the sound, goes in the same trailer. It is the same trailer. And we've made a lot of improvements. We do open this area up in front of the stage when we get through with the snake shows.
Oh, well,
but
I hope
that's
so.
The reason that's fenced off, because of the snakes.
Right.
And also up at the concession stand, we serve rattlesnake meat. And if anybody has the nerve to want to try some rattlesnake meat, we can do that too.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the highlights.
So tell me about these rattlesnakes. Not just anybody can come in here with a snake and present it at this show, right? I mean, not everybody should be handling rattlesnakes.
Now, the people who do it are professionals and do it for a living. You know, there are a lot of venom places that have to have snakes, but we have people who come, who catch them, know how to do that. We've never had anyone bitten in the 53 years. Yeah, not in.
I don't want to be number one. Okay,
no,
that's
not in the
it.
53 years we've been here. Our snake handlers have done it for a long time. They're very safe with it. We do take the snakes out, put them on the ground around here, and where people, the fence, they can't get to them, but they'll take them over to the fence and put them, let you touch them, put around their neck, but only with those professionals handling it. We don't allow anyone close to them without that.
I know a couple of years ago, that's how I met Don, I think, was we were at the Rattler 500 race thing
which is out in Kinston.
And they had snakes there, and they let them loose for a few minutes. And I mean, they were in controlled by the guys that were there, but it was just very impressive to see these guys handling these snakes and doing it in a safe manner.
They do, and some of them are 5 feet long or more. And,
yeah, they had some
and
big
they're
ones.
pretty strong, and but they do a good job. And most of them have been doing it for many years.
Wow, I'm just going. Well, thank you, Charles, and I want to thank you very much for joining us here, and good luck for the rest of the day. And let's pray that God doesn't have to rain down on us for.
Yes, we hope we have a good day with it, and I think we will. If it rains, maybe it'll only rain for a short period of time, but we don't have a committee that's in charge of rain, so we just let that happen.
Well, I thought maybe you'd have an Indian chief or something. But, okay, thanks.
All right,
Charles.
thanks a lot.
Well, Charles really had a lot of great information, and it was time for me to head over to check out the old boys in the pen. We got one of the guys to put a camera in there, hoping that maybe it would draw some attention, special attention, to some of the snakes. And it did, but it didn't. You know, I was hoping that they would come up to the front and sniff it out and maybe even try to strike at it. But we had two interested parties. This Eastern Diamondback, he kind of sniffed it at first, but then he just went by it and screwed up what I was shooting at. But he actually aimed the camera at a timber rattler who was showing some interest, and well, we were just hoping that some action would take place, but it didn't.
I'm just proud to be able to say this is Bobby Crutchfield. As you can see, he's a snake handler. He's one of the guys that I'd love to have around if I ever get involved with snakes. How long have you been doing this, Bobby?
9 years.
9 years. It's not something that you just go out and do, right? I mean,
It's not.
How did you get involved in handling snakes?
Our former mayor was a friend of ours and asked us if we would mind helping with the rodeo.
Okay, so you started helping with the rodeo.
Right.
And how did that get snakes into your hand?
That's one of the things he wanted me to do.
You go out and catch snakes.
Handle snakes, right.
Okay, and had you handled snakes prior to that?
No, sir.
That was a big step.
The first time was a little bit different, yeah.
Okay, did somebody go with you? Do you have a mentor who taught you how to do this without?
Yes, sir. One of the other guys here, one of the other handlers taught me.
Okay, and he taught you how to handle snakes. Have you ever been bitten by a snake?
No, sir.
Okay. You have certain ways that how do you catch rattlesnakes nowadays? I mean, in the old days, I remember you use gasoline, throw it down the hole, and scare them out, but that killed the tortoises off. How do you do it now?
They actually got like a small hook on the end of it, and you can actually hook them and just slowly pull them up.
But you have to know they're in there.
Well, you can listen through your pipe, the hose you put down in there. You can hear them rattle.
See, I would really like to go on a snake hunt because it's interesting to find out how they actually, well, I know there's a snake in there, but I don't know how, but I've heard them in a hole, or, I've heard them, I have no idea how that would come about.
Well, it's a gopher hole. Gopher and snakes lives together, and of course that don't mean there's a snake in every hole.
Right. I know. I studied gopher tortoises as part of our Great Outdoors programs, and I've heard that sound, that rattle from when I poke in there.
Right.
But I try not to stick anything in there. It's not that I'm afraid of the snakes, it's just that I respect them.
Right, you do need to respect them.
Okay, so these snakes that you have here, they're the snakes that they have for today's shows and things are in this red cage. And there are some pretty big snakes, and these were all caught this year?
Within 3 counties, yes.
Within 3 counties. And you just go out and you find them. How many snakes do you need to put on a rattlesnake show?
We got 30 this time,
30?
which is enough.
And what happens to the snake? I know you don't hear it, but I hear they're already awake. What do you do with the snakes when the show's over?
We release them to a guy that uses them for research and venom.
Really? That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm not one that enjoys anyone who catches a critter, an animal, or something, and then just kills it to get rid of it.
Yes, sir.
But you guys don't do that.
We do not do that.
Okay. You guys release them to somebody who uses them for educational or medical purposes.
Right.
And that's great. How many snakes did you catch this year?
I didn't catch any.
Oh, okay.
We have guys that
I
do
went
that.
out and I didn't catch any either.
Yeah. I went and I didn't find any, but we have people that do it like, year round.
Every day, yeah.
Yeah, that does
Is there a certain weather condition that you need to be successful in catching these rattlesnakes?
Colder weather is better because summer weather, they out of the holes, and you never know where they're at.
Okay, yeah, you can walk up on them pretty quick.
You can walk up on them. Yes,
I've, knock on wood again, I've never had a problem with a rattlesnake. I've been around lots of them. I've seen some beautiful snakes in Geneva State Forest, and they're just fantastic.
Yes, sir.
So, do you have a snake entered in this racing thing?
I don't.
No? Okay.
The people come up and get your name and a number and put them out there.
Oh, okay. All right, well, I want to thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And do you have a snake here that maybe is not?
Yes, sir. We got one in there. Just pick us out one, Charles.
I have never heard a rattlesnake do that. Okay. There's the camera. Just keep an eye on it. All right. All right. He's kind of agitated, is he not? And he's looking at me. Yeah, folks, we're standing here. I'm probably 8 foot now. Don't be stacking them. Move. You can see he's kind of agitated. That's the first time in my life that I've ever heard the rattles, actually.
That's a male.
How do you know?
The female, when it gets close to the tail, it comes down and goes distinctively in, where the male continues to just kind of taper. And he's ill.
I can see them rattle. That's the first time I've ever heard one. And he's ready to strike, right?
He is ready to strike.
Wow. You guys are that's okay, guys. You don't really have to get him too pissed off. He's looking at me now. I really don't like the idea of being the chicken. But and you guys deal with these things like every day, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, boom. How much venom do they actually put out? Those?
They will, the bigger snakes, I mean, the smaller ones are the ones that's more dangerous because they put out all their venom, where the bigger ones sometimes won't even put out any venom if they bite you.
How do you tell how old they are?
By the length.
Length?
They're usually born around 12 inches, 15 inches long, and
okay.
they usually grow like a foot a year.
Huh. Okay, and to milk him, you just...
What he just did just then, you pick it up and you squeeze it.
In a jar, milk his glands, runs down into the jar.
Wow.
It's like a hypodermic needle.
They're very sharp.
Yes, sir. And they got rows of teeth in there. If they break one out, immediately another will drop back in its place.
Really? Folks, don't try this at home. I'm with 2 trained professionals, and just because you're out in the woods and you find a rattlesnake, don't get this close. I'm being foolish, but I am trustworthy that these guys know what they're doing. That's for sure. And I want to thank you guys. This is fantastic. And so how old is he?
This is probably 4 years old, something like that, 5.
5 years old.
Yeah.
And
if you'll hold the tape at the front, I'll measure him for you.
yeah. Wait, I didn't get that. Yeah, okay. Okay, he can probably go back to bed. Not that I'm afraid, but you got me on that one. Anyway, I want to say thank you. That was definitely an experience. But I want to thank you guys. I don't think I got to meet you, sir.
Charles Fuller.
Come on in here, Charles.
Fuller.
How long have you been handling these snakes?
I've been working with them about 8 or 9 years now. I think this is my 9th year.
9th year. Ever had a problem?
No, sir.
But you learned how to do it the right way.
Yes, sir.
And if you had one thing to tell everybody out there that's watching this video about rattlesnakes, what would you say?
I would advise them not to mess with them.
Not to mess with them?
What we do is we're trained to do this and to stay away from them. They are dangerous snakes. They will bite. They don't play.
They don't.
So just be careful.
You guys are professionals. I mean,
Yes, sir.
you've had professional instructions, and I'm sure you wear safety equipment. Neither one.
Wear snake boots.
Oh, but you just hide them underneath.
Right.
I got snake boots and chaps, but I'm not afraid of them. Anyway, if I had armor, I would probably wear that too. But I want to thank you guys. You guys are fantastic. This is probably going to be the best show that I've had. Thank you.
Radio, and he's going to call the first race, and I'm going to turn it over to him.
Jim already told you how the race goes and all. Our snakes today, they're sponsored by local businesses, and they have the snake name also. Snake number 1 will be Easy Breathing, Anderson-Home Oxygen Supply. Number 2 will be Fireball, sponsored by Atomic Exterminators. Number 3 will be Banker, sponsored by B&T, of course they're away. Paper Top is sponsored by Ben's, it's number 4. Number 5 is Venom, it's sponsored by Best Western Plus, Opt-In. Number 6 is Resist, and and it's cold weather. They're not moving yet. They're no strike. They're all trying to get in striking mode. They're all still in the center. Now we got number one coming out of the circle towards Don. Easy breathing. Easy breathing. That's number 3 over there. I'll go towards the audience, B and T Bank. Number 3 headed towards the audience. Number 4, Benton's Taylor Top headed my way. Number 3 headed to the grass. Number 4 headed me. I'm stepping out red.
I wouldn't be right there when he gets across that line.
You gonna give him a verdict? It's like this is a scratch. Oh! Watch out that leg! Watch out that leg! And number 8, number 4. No, number 4 over here. That's number 3. Number 3. Number 3. Number 3. Number 3. Bingo! B&T Banker wins the first heat. That'll be 2 more heats and then the World Championship. So stay ready for that this afternoon. I believe Ken is ready to take a little about this.
Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. Hold on just a minute. Well, the one thing I want to do is, if you notice when Donnie was standing there, the one guy beside his booth there. That's not what we want the youngsters to do, but in that case, he did the right thing. He was still. And if you notice,
that's been processed.
yeah.
I'll just go a couple here to make it into what his name is. Got the snake around here.
What's your name?
My name is Laura.
Laura, this is the first time you've had rattlesnake?
Yes, it is.
Where are you from?
Absolutely, and my children as well.
Where are you from?
Actually, I'm originally from Florida. My great-grandmother used to live here, though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here, it's right. This one's bigger.
So what is it that you're expecting?
I don't know.
Huh? Tastes like chicken?
I've been told it tastes like chicken. I don't know yet.
So let's see. Let me take a bite of it.
I gotta find a place to put my gum.
Oh, yeah, put your gum.
Here.
What do you think?
Right there. I haven't really gotten to it yet. What do you think?
What did you say it tastes like to you?
Oh, I said I haven't got to it yet.
I always say it tastes like snake.
Yeah.
It's good. Really, really good.
We've had one fella tell us it tastes like octopus. Was it you?
Really?
Not me.
My son eats octopus.
Of course, everybody says it tastes like chicken.
Everything tastes like chicken.
I think it's just got its own flavor, you know, like
So you like
fish
it?
have their own
Can't be
flavor.
mad what you're expecting anyway, isn't it? But it's just the allure and the uniqueness of it. That's why we do it.
Yeah, that's neat. It's neat. We were excited to come. Thank you. Originally I'm from Florida.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so
job. What kind of plants are these?
Pitcher plants, they eat bugs.
Yeah, I never just saw a pitcher plant like that. I've seen other ones.
Yeah, this is the Filipino variety.
Oh. What's your name?
Connor Lusk.
Connor what? Spell
Lusk, it's L-U-S-K.
Okay. Connor, how's it feel to be Miss Opp Rattlesnake Rodeo?
It's an honor. I'm from Dothan, so I'm really glad that I got to come here and do this for them.
How long did it take for you to get ready for that competition?
Oh, a while. I had to learn about the Rattlesnake Rodeo because I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know I was going to have a snake around me.
Oh,
so I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm still excited. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, good luck and thank you.
Congratulations.
This is Tiny Miss Opp Rattlesnake Rodeo. And your name is?
Madison Creech.
Could you spell that for me?
Madison Creech.
Okay. How old are you?
8.
8? Is this the first competition that you've been involved in as far as beauty contests? And you went out? Okay. Okay, well, there you go. We'll let you go. We'll get you later. You're going up on stage now. Thank you. We'll talk to you later.
anything that I needed printing, she printed it, whether it was out of my book or anybody else's. But I'm going to turn it over to Emily now and let her introduce these young ladies here for you. Miss Emily?
Hi, I want to thank all y'all for coming today. It's going to be a good day. And we do have some beautiful ladies to introduce you. I'm Emily Gage, like you said, from the Opp Chamber of Commerce. And they put me on a high pedestal, but I don't deserve to be there, so not quite yet. I will start with this little girl. Would you like to say your name?
Claire Austin.
Where are you from, Claire? Well, thank you for coming, Claire. And who might you be?
Madison Creech.
Thank you for coming. These are tiny Miss Queens. Who are you, Mom? These are our tiny Miss, and Miss Madison Creech is our tiny Miss Rattlesnake Rodeo. And she's very excited that night. She's all smiles, and I even heard she slept with her crown on. And here are our little Miss, and please tell me your name.
Madison Miller.
Thank you, Madison Miller. Where are you from? Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Well, this is little Miss Rattlesnake Rodeo, and she was all smiles.
Taylor Carmen.
Thank you for coming, Sarah. Where are you from? Opp, Alabama. There's a lot of locals here. All right.
Anna Wyatt.
Anna Wyatt, where are you from? Thank you for coming, Anna. All right, these are our Junior Miss Division right here.
Lottie Black.
And where are you from, Lon?
Well,
I appreciate you coming, and congratulations. All right, what's your name?
Mariella McLean.
And where are you from?
Malaysia.
This is our Teen Miss category. Please tell me your name.
Whitney Wilson.
All right, and where are you from, Whitney? Well, I appreciate y'all coming. All right, and this is our Miss Division. Okay, please tell me your name.
I'm Carissa Watford.
Where are you from?
I'm from Slogan, Alabama.
We have an out-of-towner. This won't do, will it? All right, please tell me your name.
Catherine Gager.
And where are you from, Catherine?
Andalusia.
So that's a little out of town. All right, and this was a little bit out of town. This is our Miss Rattlesnake Rodeo. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Dakota West from Dothan, Alabama.
Way out of town. This won't do. This won't do. But this is a great group of ladies. I've had a chance to talk with each and every one of them at the pageant and after. We have some great representation here, and the chamber does put on the pageant. I'm proud to be a part of it. It's a lot of work, but it's a good payoff. But I want to thank all these ladies for being here today, and all of you, the mayor, the committee, and all the helpers. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. I appreciate it. And Ken, I'll hand it back to you.
That group of old hairy-legged men that was out here, woo, everybody give them a hand. We thank you ladies very much. We appreciate you being here. Hope you'll stay the whole day and tonight. Beautiful ladies. Thank you all.
Give Don as our coordinator of this Opp Rattlesnake Rodeo. Don, would you come out here? Donnie, come on out here. He's our coordinator this year for the Rattlesnake Rodeo. Got to coordinate this event with us. Also, I want to give thanks to each and every one of us that was a volunteer, that worked hard in putting this together. This was not done by just a few. This was done by hundreds of volunteers that put their time and efforts together. Also, I want to give special thanks to our snake handlers. That's a group that came together to help this Rattlesnake Rodeo. That's what this Rattlesnake Rodeo is about. It's about these snakes and about teaching the public about what they are in their nature, and that we do respect these snakes. But I want to give thanks to each and every one of you today. Anyone would like to speak for a moment or anything? Well, thank you. So when you see our guests walking around, just thank them for what they do for the city of Opp and for our community, because they do sponsor us. Thank you so much and enjoy 53rd annual Opp Rattlesnake Rodeo. Thank you for coming.
This is the mayor of Opp.
Follow me.
John Alvine. I'm so glad to meet you.
Thank you.
I got to tell you that this has just been great. I've been here a lot of years, and the camaraderie here and the professionalism is just getting better every year.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So tell me, how long have you been working on this show?
This show right here, we got a little behind in this show because I was just elected mayor. And
really?
So
congratulations.
It was a runoff, thank you. It was a runoff, so we got about 3 months behind on the event. And so we had to do a lot of work and a lot of catch up. So we had a lot of hard workers to do that 3 months of catch up for. So it's been a great, great group of men that come, and ladies come together to help bring this about. And this is really brought about by volunteers. So this is really great.
So where do you get your volunteers from? Usually
people in the city. Well, these are all city workers that live at home, that like to get involved with the city, that want to be part of the city, and this is how they say, I want to be part of the city.
Very good. Real quick, what are some of the things in store for the city of Opp here?
Oh, we got some great things happening. We've got our bypass, on our bypass 134 and 84 South. That site is called the abandoned site, and that's something new that we worked on and put together. And we've got quite a few companies coming in on that, so we're going to be developing in that. We've got restaurants wanting to come in. We got a great company wants to come in and put a welcome center in. We're working on a community pool for the people. We're going to be doing a lot of paving on some of the streets that need to be paving. We got some grant money. We're out working on grant monies this year, so we've got a large plate put before us.
Okay, well, I love the city. I've always have going through. Just folks, that's Steel Magnolia that are getting ready back here for the Tonight Show. Yeah. That's a pretty good headline for this show.
Oh, I tell you, she's really great. They're a really great group, so we're excited about them coming in. So people hadn't heard them before. They need to come down and listen to them.
Right. What time does the show start?
The what now?
What time does the show start?
The show starts at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock tonight.
And there's still everything's going to go on. What time do you all going to close tonight?
Well, that normally closes around 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, and the volunteers will stay at about 2 o'clock and clean up. Yeah, it look like just like brand new again, like nothing ever happened here. Yeah, but that's part of the volunteers that comes in and helps us.
So what are some of the things, if people get in a car and head down here now, what are some of the things?
Oh my gosh, we've got live music all day long. These are Nashville acts. These are local acts, Nashville acts. They're going to be performing all day. And then till 8 o'clock this night, and then Steel Magnolia comes down here. We have foods. We have all types of food, entertainment. We got children rides. We've got types of things for the children. We got face painting. We have everything for the family. This is a family fun orientated event. This is strictly for families.
So let me ask you this: are you entered in the pole climb?
No, I am not entering on that. I told him, I said, it's something I cannot do. That and handle snakes.
No, I don't blame you either. No. But I got to tell you, got a bunch of great people here that do handle those snakes.
Our snake handlers are professionals. They've been doing it for years. And what's nice about what they do is it's an educational program. And what it's doing is they're educating the people about the nature, what the snakes live in, what to look for, what not to touch. And these children never been in contact with one, and they're able to see one up front, but when they see it in the woods, they're able to say, you know what, I've seen that at the Rattlesnake Rodeo. The man told me not to touch that. They go tell their mommy and they don't touch it. If our rattlesnake handlers did not explain that, the child would go out in the woods and touch a snake and they could get bit. So this is a great entertaining for snakes. We do not kill our snakes. We handle our snakes very professionally. And they're used for teaching about the nature of the snakes.
Yeah, that's an important part, that we don't kill them.
We do not kill the snakes. We use those for an educational program for the people in Opp who has never seen a snake before, and teach them about the snakes.
What happens to the snakes after this rodeo is over?
We'll let some of them go back into the nature, and some of them we'll give them to or sell them to a client that uses for venom to save people's lives.
Oh, okay.
So they'll continue in a nice habitat, and they're well taken care of.
Well, let me ask you this. Have you eaten any of that rattlesnake meat?
No, I have not. Now that rattlesnake meat is US approved, and it comes in. That's none of these snakes locally caught.
Right. It's you bought from a company.
A company, yes.
Right. Okay.
Have you tried some?
Yeah.
They say it tastes like fishy chicken.
Yeah. Well, too spicy for me.
Yeah.
But Mayor, I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Really had a great day. It's getting harder to hear.
Yeah.
But good luck on your first term.
Thank you.
May have a happy second one.
Thank you. All right. Anything I can do for you in the meantime, come through the city. I'll be glad to have interviews with you.
Like the mayor said, this is all about family fun and education. Now, let's just use me for an example. What would I actually know if I seen a snake like the one that you're looking at now? What is that snake trying to tell me? Number one, I was trying to tell you not to mess with him because, as you can see, he was ready to strike. And Mom and this little boy are learning that these are rattlesnakes, and we don't touch them. They have large teeth and very poisonous venom. And you don't touch them. You come and you call Mom. Rattlesnakes are a very venomous snake. And these guys right here are probably two of the best snake handlers. That snake man right there on your left, that's Ken Howell. And these are the snakes that have been put out into the pen so that people can actually see them. You can see that they're never ever calm. They've always had their rattles going, and that's an important thing for people to understand, is that those rattles are a warning. See, you can see every one of them, the rattles are going, and that is a warning that they are not fooling around. They don't want to be messed with. They're agitated, and you go your way and they'll go theirs.
You know, we got a gag of handler out here. And as the mayor says, all these guys are experienced, they know what they're doing. And I'm not going to do it because many seconds. I mean, you can't see it. It's kind of like you're punching somebody like that with a little bit faster. But what he does is he injects that venom into the victim. Now you said, why don't you guys just take and pull those teeth, those fangs, and then you would have a problem. But let me tell you what, if you do that, he'll drop two more down just as quick. Because they vary in size and go all the way up into the roof of his head, and they get down to the size of a hair. That way, if they lose one, they just drop another down in his face. And there's another way that snake can tell you, I want you to leave him alone. The older the snake, the wiser he is, the more he knows that if he likes you, he can't eat you, so he don't want to waste his venom. He's got to reproduce that venom every time he uses it. So he will do what we call a dry bite or a true bite. True bite or dry bite is nothing more than like a dog. A dog will do that. Let me get out of front of this thing because I'm getting a reverb. A villain does not know that, and they will fight you, and some of them like this will fight you every breath. That one right there just wants a piece of him. And he will take advantage of it. Now these snakes today, the more they get along in the winter, what will happen is they are cold-blooded reptiles. They will, the colder the weather, the cooler the ambient temperature, they absolutely, buddy, what did you do? I hear applause over there. Okay.
There are approximately 30 species of rattlesnake with numerous subspecies. They receive their name for the rattle located at the end of their tail. The rattle is used as a warning device when threatened. The scientific name Crotalus derived from the Greek. Most rattlesnakes mate in spring. All species give live birth rather than laying eggs. Young are self-sufficient from birth. Since they do not need their mom after birth, the mother does not remain with her young. However, at least one captive study has demonstrated that females and their children show some level of affinity for each other's company and will cross barriers to reunite if separated. Contrary to popular myth, rattlesnakes are not deaf. In fact, the structure of their inner ears is very much like that of other reptiles. However, they do lack external ears. Sound, whether from the air or from ground vibration, is transmitted to the snake's inner ear via vibrations in other body structures. Rattlesnakes are native to the Americas, with large majority of species in the American Southwest and Mexico. The state of Arizona particularly has more species than any other state. 4 species may be found east of the Mississippi River and only 2 in South America. Rattlesnakes consume mice, rats, small birds, and other small animals. They subdue their prey quickly with a venomous bite as opposed to constricting. The venom will immediately stun or kill typical prey. Rattlesnake venom can kill in 20 seconds. But a rattlesnake will follow prey that does not quickly succumb to the venom and attempts to escape. Rattlers are known to strike at a distance of up to 2/3 of their body length.
Can you come on just a little bit? Check, 1, 2, 1, 2, check. There you go. That's good.
So they don't necessarily have to bite you. They can spray you.
They can spray me with venom. What it is.
You're going to put 10 snakes in that circle, 7 snakes.
We're going to put 7, 3 different races, 7 each race.
Okay, they all got to be put in at the same time?
Yes.
How do you get all 7 in at the same time?
We'll put them in that garbage can over here.
Oh, okay.
And we'll dump them out. Once we dump them out, then they'll start fanning out, and whoever crawls out of the big circle first is the winner.
Oh, okay. So now you got to go back in and pick out 1 through 7 of those.
1 through 7, and then the next time we'll go 8 up. Use some of the ones. We use them back and forth. But
oh, okay. Go ahead. Tell me that.
originator of this rodeo, J.P. Jones, is my grandmother's brother. So actually we're family related. Some of this still handling snakes and stuff. So we do it over the years. Most of his original family has already got out of it. Jimmy Jones, the one that quit a couple of years ago catching the snakes, turned in about 25 or 32 years, 2 or 3 years ago. So,
how did it get started? Do you know?
Originally, we had a young child that was bit by a snake playing in the yard, and actually died from the snake bite. And anti-venom and all, and basically it started from that. We just started more or less capturing them and trying to alleviate some of the population. What we would do with them is we would capture them and then turn them over to people that used them for milking, for different medications, the anti-venom and stuff like that. So.
Well, we'll see what the computer can do about it. Computer system,
Well, that's going to about wrap it up here at the Opp Rattlesnake Rodeo. And I want to thank you all for joining us. Hope you got as much out of it as I did. The snakes were great. The people were greater. And I learned a lot. I really did learn a lot. I want to thank guys like Ken Howell and Don Childers and the mayor and all the handlers. They were all great. Everybody that I met that was involved in this rodeo were great people. So if you didn't get to come out to the Opp Rattlesnake Rodeo, you missed a great show. And hopefully you'll make it for the 54th annual rodeo, which will be next year. And if you ever need Great Outdoors Productions, you can find us at www.greatoutdoorsproductions.com or on Facebook under Great Outdoors Productions. We do free video for nonprofit organizations and churches and things, and try to get forth the message of helping out God's creatures and creation and so forth. So if you need us, just check us out on the webs. You can get in touch with us at Great Outdoors Productions website or on Facebook. This is Al Vine saying I want to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you the next time here in the Great Outdoors.